Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Julie and today you are joining me on a brand new episode of Design Hacks. 5 things every entryway needs. If you're looking for really simple, easy, effective tips that you can implement now for your entry, this video is for you. Today's video inspiration comes from Kelly, who's behind the camera now. Thank you, Kel, who just got into her very first home. And she is looking to implement all of my design hacks tips for every single room in the home. She's getting to the really fun decorating and styling phase. And next on her list of priorities is the entryway. The entryway is your home's first introduction into the space. You want an entryway that is equal parts stylish and stunning, something that's functional, something that's clean, organized, and tidy. So first on my list of the most essential thing that every entryway needs is storage. Now storage comes in a variety of different types of styles. You could have a storage credenza, you could have a console, you could have a really slim table. You can even have something that's as minimal as a floating ledge or simply a surface space. Storage could also include baskets on the floor, little bins for you to throw all of your essentials in, or even wall hooks where you can hang your purses and coats. In order to determine the type of storage that you need, you must ask yourself a few questions. Number 1, what do I leave the house needing? If you need a place to store your keys or your sunglasses, a really simple drawer will do. If you walk the dogs 4 or 5 days a week, you'll definitely need somewhere to store all of their leashes and doggy treats. Are you a student who needs somewhere for your backpack to land the minute you get in the door? Then your storage needs will consist of a wall hook or maybe even a little cubby shelf to store your backpack right inside. You first want to determine your needs for the space, how you use it, which is ultimately how it functions, take inventory, then source the most stylish solution you can to resolve that issue. The second thing on my list that every entryway needs is seating. Now, why do you need seating at an entryway? You simply need a place to sit down and take your shoes on and off. This piece is especially important if you don't wear shoes in the home. I'm someone who doesn't allow shoes in the home. I actually take my shoes on and off the minute I get home and I store it in my closet. You'll know it when I have an event. Guest shoes are typically strewn all about the floors, but to me, that just keeps a really tidy and kept home. Seating allows a very comfortable spot for you, your family, and your guests to remove their shoes once they get in the house and to put them back on once they leave. We're not talking about really huge, bulky lounge chairs, of course, unless you have the space for it, which is everyone's dream. Something really simple and streamlined will do. Think about placing a really beautiful standalone bench on the wall of your entry. You can even source a small pair of ottomans that you can tuck neatly underneath your entry console. Having ottomans not only frees up valuable real estate in your entry, but you can tuck them out of the way where it's neat and tidy. The next item on my list that every entryway needs is a mirror. A mirror is essential in the entryway for a variety of reasons. It allows you one last good look before you leave the house, make sure nothing's out of place, there's no lipstick on your teeth, there's no flyaway hair, your hat is on straight. Mirrors also bring in so much light into the entry and it makes it feel fresh and inviting. Now for a Feng Shui tip. Never position or place a mirror facing the entry door. Doing so will reflect back all of the positive qi that's trying to enter the home. It'll bounce right back out and not give qi ample time to permeate your space. Of course, there are loopholes behind this Feng Shui tip as I have shown in my own home. Once you open my entry door, there is a mirror that reflects right back to the entry. But this is only because my private courtyard is actually a missing corner of my Bagua map. Therefore, I need more energy to kind of permeate my courtyard space so that it fills up that missing sector. If you want more tips on Feng Shui in your front door, I'll leave a link in the description box below. Now the size, the shape, the color, and the material of the mirror is up to you. I typically like a little bit of contrast between my furniture and accessory pieces. For instance, if you have a square or rectangular console table that's backed on your entry wall, then consider using a round or oval mirror. On the flip side, if you had a semicircle or a half moon type of console, then think about having a mirror that's placed above it with a little bit more of angular lines. The juxtaposition of shapes and textures is really what makes a space come alive. So the next time you're considering materials, shapes, or colors, always try to mix it up. The next essential item that every entryway needs is lighting. Now, if you already have general recessed lighting in the entryway, that's great. That's general all-purpose lighting that's really going to light the space beautifully. But if you want to go one step further and really amp up that style factor, then think about placing a really beautiful chandelier, a pendant lamp, even wall sconces to help light the way. If you don't want to deal with hiring an electrician or hardwiring your space, even a really beautiful table lamp or floor lamp will do. I love the fact that wall sconces are typically hung at eye level or even a little bit above eye level. So that bathes the entryway in such a really beautiful ambient light that you can't really get from overhead lighting. Wall sconces are also a really beautiful way to bathe the entry in more light, especially if you lack ceiling height in the space and you can't install a drop pendant or a chandelier. If you have low ceilings and you want to install an overhead fixture, then you would consider a flush mount light or a semi-flush mount light. These types of fixtures are actually mounted right on the ceiling and they're not hung too low and they don't infringe on the path of your entry. And the last item on this list of 5 things that every entryway needs is a wow factor. Now, a wow factor is extremely subjective. It simply equates to what you consider a statement-making feature of your entryway. This could be as simple and small as a treasured accessory. It could be as large and bold as a wall mural or really gorgeous wall covering. It could be an incredible ceiling design or a fabulous area rug on the floor. The entry is your first introduction into your home and should create a vibe or an overall feeling of what you can anticipate within the rest of the space. The wow factor is up to interpretation, so after you lock down the first 4 essentials that every entryway needs, think about something that really excites you and go from there. These next items on the list are not necessary, but they're definitely appreciated in a really beautiful and functional entryway. The first item is a doormat or an area rug. Now, when do you need one and when do you not? You need an area rug or a doormat if you know that you're prone to trailing dirt and debris from outside in. Especially if you allow shoes in the home, then the doormat or the area rug will trap all of that excess dirt so that you don't trail it all around the house. I have plants all over my home, so to me, plants are an absolute necessity no matter what space you're in. But I know that typical entryways are really small, or in some cases, you don't even have an entryway. So it's not the wisest choice to block small entryways with like a really huge plant. But what you can do is add a small bouquet of fresh flowers or a really small plant on your entryway console, and that just breathes lightness and fresh air into the space. If you're not a fan of the mirror concept in the entryway, then instead of a mirror, I would install statement artwork. Statement artwork in the entryway is simply a standalone piece of artwork that you place in lieu of the mirror. It doesn't have to be huge to make a statement. It could simply be a beautiful piece of photography that you've taken on vacation. It could also be a vintage piece of artwork that you scored at an antique shop. Think about the vibe of your space and the artwork that really tells your story. And last on this list of non-essentials, but definitely appreciated and functional, is a valet station. Now, a valet station is simply a catch-all that holds your keys, your wallets, maybe your glasses or sunglasses, something really small that organizes all of those everyday essentials and they're right within reach. If you have a console that has storage drawers and cabinets, then you might not need this valet station. But the valet station simply sits on the surface countertop, so it's really easy to grab and go. That's it for today's video of design hacks, 5 things every entryway needs. What did you think of this list? I know you're going through the whole list and you're probably asking yourself, look, I have a front door that opens right into my living room, or I have a landing space with a set of stairs until you reach into the common areas of my home, or I have a really tiny entryway. Don't worry, I have you covered. I have a video that hopefully resolves all of your uncommon issues in the Awkward Space series called Entryways. So I'll leave a link here as well as in the description box below, so you definitely don't want to miss it. If you like this type of content and you're loving the Design Hack series, give this video a thumbs up. Comment below and let me know if you have any questions when it comes to carving out a stylish and functional entryway in your space. I would love to help you out with all of my designer solutions, including some shopping resources if you can't find what you're really looking for. Definitely share the Design Hacks series with anyone you know embarking on interior design for their space. We've covered so many rooms, from the bedroom and the dining room to living rooms and more. Is there a must-have item in your entryway that I might have missed? Let me know in the comments below and share it with our viewers so we get some of your tips. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click that little notification bell to be notified of new videos that we drop every Tuesday. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day, everyone, and I'll see you next week.